How you doing guys, Winky here and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm looking at two different apps, Pokemon Go and Yugioh Duel Links. Some of you might be thinking, why are you even bothering comparing them? I needed an idea for a video, really, and I like both the apps, so I just thought, why not compare them? They're both two apps that I really enjoy playing. I play them both daily. They're based off of an anime and a manga and a game that I absolutely adore. So first of all, I'm going to look at Pokemon Go as that came out first, so may as well. When Pokemon Go was released, it literally took the world by storm. It was insane. All of a sudden, everyone was playing Pokemon again and everyone was talking about it. People of all ages were out with their phones playing on Pokemon Go. It wasn't perfect though. Pokemon Go was a bit of a letdown when it was first released, at least in my eyes anyway. This whole epic idea that Pokemon were just round the corner from your house or they're just down the street, when reality, this is what it actually was.
Where are you going?
To become a Pokemon master.
Do your chores first.
2 hours later.
Still nothing. Still nothing. Got one. Got it.
What'd you get?
Pidgey. And a Weedle. But the Weedle ran away. I seriously need to get a life, don't I? Joking aside though, Pokemon Go does have a lot of good qualities about it, and you can catch Pokemon. They're literally right there in front of you on your phone. You can switch the AR mode on and then they are right there literally in the street in front of you. Unless you're me and your AR mode does not work for no apparent reason, so I never had that, but I'm sure some of you at home did, and yeah, good innit? Great, move on. But the thing is, it wasn't necessarily the game itself or the mechanics of the game that I think made it as popular as it was. For me, the best thing about this app was the sense of community that it brought. We live in a world now where people just ignore each other, you know, unless it's online, no one really interacts with each other. Whereas now, with Pokemon Go, you literally could not walk down the street without bumping into another player of Pokemon Go. You could start up conversations with them, talk about your different Pokemon, your CPs, your Pokedex, all stuff like that, and maybe even some people will give you inside information, where the best place to put up your lures are, where you can find the best Pokemon, and other tips and tricks like that. And it helped people make new friends. Not me, but I'm sure other people made friends from it. On top of that, it was nostalgia as well. If you're around my age, which is early 20s, then chances are you grew up with Pokemon when it was first released. Even if you're older or if you're younger, I don't know, maybe you did play it as well. But it was a new Pokemon game and it was a real world game. Instead of you being this virtual character on a Game Boy or a DS, your character was you. You were that Pokemon trainer. You were the one trying to be the very best. And it was so cool seeing all these different Pokemon and testing them out in gyms and trading and... oh wait, no. Yeah, see, I ran out of things pretty quickly there because Pokemon Go is very limited as an app, which is a shame because there's a lot that Pokemon Go could do with the app and a lot of stuff that we were promised with the app. They haven't done it. Niantic just haven't bothered. Stuff like trading, online battles against friends, and until recently, no new Pokemon. What makes things even worse as well is depending on where you live. So take me for example, I don't live near a Pokestop, so if I want to get new items, I have two choices. I either go out every day to my nearest Pokestop or I buy more items in the store. Neither of which are a massive deal, but considering that nothing around me is too exciting, not interesting in the slightest, and Pokemon that I already caught and fully evolved within a few days, it just seems a bit stupid. I know the point of the game is to go about and start walking, but that just isn't a viable thing to do every single day. Some of us do actually have lives. I'm not one of them, but I'm sure people do actually have lives somewhere. As I said in that skit before, it literally is a case of in your local area, Pidgeys, Weedles, Rattatas, maybe a Caterpie, Spearow if you're a bit get lucky, and you have to go to literally far and wide to get some decent Pokemon, or hope that you get them in an egg. Which, I mean, I don't mind walking about and I don't mind driving to different places, but the game doesn't offer me enough in-game rewards for me to warrant doing that. For example, there's no sort of daily bonuses that you can get, but they are optional. If you catch a Pokemon, or if you visit a Pokestop, you'll get a streak of a certain amount of days, and you get more and more XP as the week goes on. So it helps you level up faster, which is fine, but that's it. A bit more XP. Maybe if you logged on for a few days consecutively, you'd get free Pokecoins or something like that. Maybe some more items. So if you log on for, I don't know, say 7 days in a row, at the end of those 7 days, they give you a lure, or they give you an egg incubator, or maybe an evolution item. But no, if you catch a Pokemon, you get extra XP. If you don't, then nothing. Which is a shame, because I feel like there is so much that you can do with this app, but it's really struggling for me at the moment. Niantic really just need to pull the finger out. They promised so much stuff from the get-go, and it probably is quite close, but I don't understand why they didn't just release it initially. Why we didn't have trading from the get-go, I don't know. Why we didn't have online gym battles, I don't know. Why you couldn't just battle against your friends, I don't know. Why Gen 2 took so fucking long, I have no idea. But yeah, all in all, Pokemon Go is great, but I feel it's more potentially great than it is actually great. I feel like for a lot of people, the novelty of Pokemon Go ran out fairly quickly upon its release, which wasn't necessarily a bad thing for me, because I know both myself and some of my friends, we paced ourselves with the game. We weren't constantly in the store buying incubators and hatching eggs and that sort of thing, or going to all these different locations all at once to try and complete the Pokedex as fast as possible. We paced ourselves, you know, it took its time, but, you know, gradually we completed the Pokedex, and it was fun that way. There was no point just rushing out and completing the game like that. Even though both myself and my friends have paced ourselves, the game is really quite dull now, because it's not really offering any new things. So yeah, I don't hate the game by any means, but I am just getting a little bit bored of it now. I think they have a great game there. I really think they do. They just haven't released all of it yet. And for me as a Pokemon Go player, and I'm sure for a lot of you guys watching as well, it's really frustrating, because you know it can be so much more. It just isn't quite there yet. I really hope it gets to that stage though, because I think it could be phenomenal. Pokemon Go, it needs to come back strong, because its competitor is putting up a fierce fight. Which brings me on to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Some of you out there might not know what Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links is. It's basically an online app where you can play the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game. The rules are slightly changed. The game board is slightly smaller, obviously to fit on the screen of a phone. The card pool is quite limited. There's still a lot of choice, it's just there's not as many cards in Duel Links as there are in real life. Not all of the mechanics of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game are in this game either. Stuff like Synchro, Pendulum, Exceed, that other weird links thing that I don't like talking about, none of that is there. So, similar to Pokemon Go, by releasing Gen 1 first and nothing else, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links plays on your nostalgia, because it is the original game. It's how the game started out. And for me, I bloody love this app. Honestly, if I was to point out its faults, there aren't that many. What they've done here with this app is they've given us something and given us everything that we would need from it. And there's so much stuff to do, so much to unlock, that you're constantly playing it. I don't know, anyone out there who's got the app, let me know in the comments. How addictive do you find Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links? Because I'm on it more or less every single day for a good few hours. This app gives us things that Pokemon Go promised us, but they just didn't deliver on. You have the option of a card trader, which, fair enough, isn't an online thing, but you still have the option there. You can trade in a lot of the duplicate cards that you already own for new cards that are either hard to pull or you can't get them anywhere else. They have events every few weeks, not every few months like Pokemon Go. There was a whole event with Yugi, there was a whole event with Pegasus, there was the KC Cup recently as well. I think the Legendary Duelist campaign has just ended and there's a new campaign starting right now. There's unlockable characters, which I suppose is a good and a bad thing. Pokemon Go was great because it put you as the player. You are that player, you are your own trainer. Whereas with Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, it's not really that personal. You play as a number of different duelists, you know, from Yugi, Kaiba, Joey, Mai, Taya, loads of different people from the original series anime. So it isn't really that personal, but at least you have the option to unlock these characters as well as unlocking their deck. You have an in-game currency that is easy to earn as well. Unlike Pokemon Go, where you have to earn your coins through battling through gyms, on this game you have multiple different currencies, which was confusing to me at first, but the more and more you play it, the more and more you realise how to get everything and how to do different things. And then you have gems so you can open up packs. I don't have have to spend my real money on them, which is something that you probably have definitely done on Pokemon Go at some point. And on this, you can also duel people online. You have the PvP arena for that, and you can also add your friends and you can choose who you want to duel. Something that, again, Pokemon Go should have. The mechanics of the game are just so well worked. And it seems like before they released this, they really thought about what they wanted to do, what they wanted to have in the game, and they made sure that when they released Duel Links, it came with everything, not just bits of it that they'll slowly drain out throughout the years. There's so much to do on Duel Links that it has a longevity. I can see this game lasting for years. There's so much to do and so much to earn, and the developers are so in contact with you all the time, it kind of gets annoying. But at least it's good that you see what they're trying to do with the game. They apologize when there's problems with the game. It's not like Niantic that just take certain things out of the game and just don't say anything about it. If something doesn't work for half a day on Duel Links, they send you a message apologizing. They inform you of what's coming up. They keep adding more and more and more and more and more and then even more into the game so that you always have something to do. Is it a bit grindy? Yeah, that is kind of a fault of the game. It is a bit grindy if you want to level up and learn new abilities, get cards and gems for your characters, but it's still fun. Pokemon Go is also a grind. However, it doesn't really reward you for it except for a couple of items when you level up. So yeah, in conclusion then, which one's better? I felt like I've come across as a bit biased towards Duel Links in this video. However, I can accept that its shortcomings are it isn't as popular as Pokemon Go. It'll never be as popular as Pokemon Go, because the thing is, with Pokemon, everyone can play it. You, your nan, your dog. Unless you know the rules of the Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game, you can't play Duel Links. So for me as a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, yeah, it's great. But for you people out there watching this video who might not be a Yu-Gi-Oh player, yeah, you won't have a clue. You won't have a hope in hell what's going on. But for me as a fan of both, it is the superior app. It's so rewarding. It's so fun. It's so addictive. Plays on your nostalgia in a way that Pokemon Go tried to and failed to do. However, ooh, I love a plot twist. What's he gonna say next? If Pokemon Go and Niantic release every possible thing that they could, so like I mentioned before, trading, gym battles, all that kind of stuff, a more variety of Pokemon when you see them in the wild, so it's not just fucking Pidgeys. If they did sort all that out, yeah, Pokemon Go, it'd be the best app of all time. Better than Angry Birds, better than Duel Links, better than Tinder. Well, Tinder if you're me anyway. That's my conclusion. Duel Links is the much better app for now. However, it is restricted in terms of its fan base, and Pokemon Go, its potential is there, and if it releases all of that potential, be the best app of all time. Just isn't there now, which is a shame. It's a shame for both, really. It's a shame that not more people can play Duel Links, but it's also a shame that Pokemon Go and Niantic have been so lazy that they're essentially dragging an app into the ground. It could have such longevity, but the more and more shit they do, the more and more it feels like a cash grab, and the more and more I just want to slate it. And we like a good old rant, don't we? I need to stop swinging on my chair. It's quite distracting for me, let alone what it's going to be like for you. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Let me know what you think. Do you agree? Do you think that Duel Links is the better app, but Pokemon has more potential? Do you think Pokemon Go is the better app? Duel Links, something else, whatever it is, let me know in the comments. I'd be really curious to find out. Also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and follow me on Patreon if you want more content on YouTube and on Patreon for the exclusive stuff. And if you did that, I would love you forever. But until next time, guys, take care of yourselves. Goodbye. Mom.
Where are you going?
It's too late now, isn't it? I knew I should have got Julie Andrews for this.